To a samurai, a Kabura was that first arrow shot in battle, a bold, whistling warning that the fight had begun. For Mazda, the name symbolizes something similar, the start of a new chapter. Enter the Kabura concept car, a sharp, head-turning coupe that feels less like a typical concept and more like a sneak peek at Mazda's sporty future. Let's get one thing clear. The Kabura isn't just a pretty face. It's a very real design study that hints at what Mazda could bring to the streets, and possibly sooner than you'd expect. The guy behind the design, Franz von Holzhausen. This whole idea came to life under Franz von Holzhausen, who took over as Mazda North America's head of design in 2005. Backed by a solid track record, he helped design the VW New Beetle, Audi TT, and Pontiac Solstice. Franz jumped into the Kabura project with some big ideas. Working with Mazda's global design boss Moray Callum, his team of about 50 designers in sunny Irvine, California, transformed a vague sketch called Concept Sport Coupe into a show-stopping reality. So much so that it won the Eyes on Design Award in Detroit for its bold aesthetic and innovation. Size-wise, think between the MX-5 and RX-8. The Kabura's size is right in between Mazda's Roadster, MX-5, and four-seater coupe, RX-8, riding on a 100.4-inch wheelbase. It's compact but has a real presence, with short overhangs, aggressive wheel arches, and wide wheels, 19 inches up front, 20 in the back. It's sporty, edgy, and definitely Mazda, but elevated to something more futuristic. What really steals the show, though, is the massive one-piece windshield that stretches all the way to the B-pillar. It's like a glass helmet for the car, completely panoramic, inviting light, sky, and that wide-open feeling into the cabin. Inside the Kabura, futuristic and functional. The interior is a design playground. The materials are light and eco-smart, thanks to a collab with Sustainable Solutions Incorporated. They're the people turning waste leather and rubber into high-end materials. So yeah, those leather surfaces you're touching? All made from post-industrial scraps. It looks and feels premium, and it's earth-friendly. Win-win. Now let's talk layout. The Kabura has a unique 3+1 seating setup, 3 usable seats and 1, kind of. The driver's zone is cocooned in piano black trim, with old-school analog gauges alongside modern digital displays. There's even a Formula One-style steering wheel with a built-in digital speed readout. Bonus, right near the gear lever, you'll find a slick integrated iPod dock, a must-have back in 2006. And here's where it gets clever. Mazda ditched the glove box and slid the passenger seat forward by about 6 inches. That created enough room in the back for 2 adults, as long as they're not NBA players. Getting back there is made easier by a sliding pocket door on the passenger side, plus a flip-up glass panel for extra headroom and airflow. Cargo and versatility. The Kabura may be compact, but it's surprisingly practical. All 3 main seats fold flat, turning the back into a giant cargo bay. The glass hatch on the rear is side-hinged, which is just cool. Whether you're lugging snowboards, photography gear, or just some groceries with flair, the Kabura's got you. What's under the hood? Underneath, it's not some out-of-this-world drivetrain. Instead, Mazda borrowed the tried-and-true MX-5 Miata's 2.0L twin-cam 4-cylinder and 6-speed manual. It's lively, quick, and smooth enough to make this concept not just pretty, but fun to drive, even if all we could do was cruise around at low speeds. Structurally, the Kabura feels solid. The basics work, the packaging is smart, and it gives off the vibe that, yeah, Mazda could build this thing for real. The future, RX-7? MX-3? Or something else? There was early buzz about turning the Kabura into a new RX-7, possibly with a rotary engine. But that's probably not the move. Instead, expect it to become a separate model, likely badged MX-3, and slotted under the MX-5 in the lineup. To make it production-ready, Mazda would have to replace some of the Kabura's fancy features with more budget-friendly alternatives. But the heart and design spirit could remain intact. Designer Spotlight, Franz von Holzhausen. Let's circle back to Franz, the brains behind the Kabura. At just 37 during this project, he was already a big deal. His roots? A creative household. His dad was a designer, and Franz was drawing cars at age 2, according to his mom. After Syracuse University and the Art Center College of Design, including its Swiss campus, he racked up experience at VW and GM before landing at Mazda. His design inspirations aren't just limited to cars. He draws style cues from fashion giants like Tom Ford and Miuccia Prada, alongside auto legends like Giorgetto Giugiaro and his former boss Jay Mays. When asked what separates a good designer from a great one, Franz says, "A keen sense of proportion, and knowing when to lift the brush." Final thoughts. A concept with real promise. Most concept cars look wild but would never survive the production grind. The Kabura is different. It looks exciting, drives well, uses clever materials, and shows serious potential. If Mazda can keep the vibe and trim the costs, this concept could evolve into a real, road-ready machine, bringing that first aero energy to streets near you. And honestly, we hope they pulled the trigger.